those honorable members who would like to place the written speeches, they are permitted to place the written speeches on the table of the House. Yes,
Sir, I
Raghunath.
speak on the supplementary demand for grants, and I speak in support of the 4 cut motions proposed by me. The government has sought parliamentary not to incur additional expenditure of 1.67 trillion for 2021 to recapitalize banks, fight COVID-19 and fund various welfare schemes announced by the government. This included 40,000 crores for additional allocation to the MGNREGS, rupees 33,000 crores for direct benefit transfer to women holders of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana accounts, 10,000 crores for food subsidy, 6,000 crores for setting up price stabilization fund, rupees 4,374 crores for PM Garib Kalyan Yojana, and 4,000 crores for emergency credit line for micro, small and medium enterprises. Around 14,000 crores was asked for the health sector, which is in the forefront of fighting COVID, and 2,475 crores to the Indian Council of Medical Research. Around 46,000 crores were sought for revenue deficit grants to states and disaster response fund in line with the 15th Finance Commission recommendation. Now, where does that leave the economy? Baseline expectation is now that the government of India's fiscal deficit will widen to 14 trillion rupees or 7.4% of the GDP in FY21. This is what is happening to the economy. The deficit has already touched 8.2 trillion in the first 4 months of the current fiscal year, which is 3.1% more than that estimated in the budget. The revenue shortfall would be around 6 trillion in FY21. Now, I do not envy the finance minister for presiding over the finance ministry at this disastrous time. It is definitely a byproduct of COVID, which the minister has called an act of God. But it is, the economy was on a downward spiral even before COVID struck. We reacted to COVID late because it was known in January that COVID was coming. We were still welcoming Mr. Trump to India. And when we suddenly announced a lockdown, already COVID spread was taking place. Now, what is this leading to? The leading to is India's GDP shrank by the steepest ever, 23.9% in April-June period as the coronavirus lockdowns battered an already slowing economy. 24% is the loss to the economy. The economy had grown by 5.2% in the same quarter of last fiscal. So now you compare this to China. China's economy grew by 3.2% in April-June. Ours shrunk by 24%. China had a decline 6.8% in January-March 2020. Now, how are we going to compete with China? Sir, agriculture or poor kisans were the only outlier as all other sectors, including manufacturing, construction and services, suffered steep decline. And the other thing that this budget is doing is that it may infuse 20,000 crores into public sector banks to shore up their equity. So now, the Reserve Bank has given a report. It has asked the government to urgently infuse capital as a reaction to which 20,000 crore is being given. But actually, earlier, 80,000 crores and 1.06 lakh crores were given in the two previous fiscals, we are getting only 20,000 crores for the banks in the latest position. Sir, what is the total damage to the economy due to COVID? The coronavirus outbreak has caused losses to the tune of rupees 30.3 lakh crore to the national economy, which is 50% more than COVID-19 relief package worth of rupees 20 lakh crores announced by the finance minister in her 5-day press conference. So total loss is 30 lakh crores. The finance minister has promised only 30.3 lakh crores. Finance minister has only announced relief to the extent of 20 lakh crores. So this is the government's response to the COVID. So now this is an economic mess which has been coming for some time. The economy shrunk by almost a quarter due to the COVID lockdown. The seeds of economic disaster were sown much earlier. The first was the overnight demonetization of rupees 500 and 1,000 rupee note in the name of war on corruption and terror, which actually did not happen. To follow it up, the demonetization devastated small business and MSMEs and the largely informal economy. On top of that, when there was green shoots of recovery, the botched implementation of the GST, designed by people who probably never ran a business in their lives, the implementation of GST almost doubled the cost of compliance for small businesses. With 4 non-zero GST tax slabs, India keeps company with other chaotic political systems like Italy and Pakistan. Most nations have a maximum of 1 or 2 slabs. So this is what we have done to the economy, over which the finance minister is presiding. Now the government and its supporters, they are behaving like ostriches. I don't know when they will get their collective heads out of the sand and recognize that this is a genuine big problem. So now, having stated the problems of the economy and given the statistics about the state of the economy, I must also mention that the hardest hit are employed people. Unemployment levels have reduced as the economy unlocks, but 18.9 million salaried jobs were lost in the lockdown. Now where are you going to give them jobs? लोगों को नौकरी ये सरकार छीन लिया.
Sahodra,
Sir,
1 second.
Sir, in either case, how can he have a point of order where he is making his
No,
speech?
under what?
He is a professional heckler, sir.
Then?
Ignore him. Mr. President, you are
216,
experienced
sir.
parliamentarian, don't listen to the
No, he
professional
is making a
heckler.
point of order. Let us see.
Sir, may I say about the economy that the 4 key engines of growth, that is domestic consumption, private investment, government expenditure and exports, are all faltering. Unemployment is at all-time high. Kaushik Basu, who was the former chief economist of World Bank, he has said that investment has to go up for economic revival.
1 second.
If that
1 second.
does not happen,
1 second.
Sir.
Let me raise the point.
What
of order.
point is he raising?
No, let him. Yeah.
पढ़िए आप उनको साथ पढ़िए.
The debate shall be confined to the items constituting the same, and no discussion may be raised on the original grants nor policy underlying them, save in so far as it may be necessary to explain or illustrate the particular items under discussion.
Yes.
सर ये एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, जीएसटी की बात कर रहे हैं, डिमोनेटाइजेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, ये सब पॉलिसी डिसीजन है सर, या पिछले बजट की बात कर रहे हैं. यहाँ डिमांड्स ऑफ ग्रांट्स में जो जो चीजें हैं,
सर, हमने
इसके अलावा
demand of
ये और
grants पर
किसी
नहीं
चीज पर
बोला.
डिस्कशन नहीं कर सकते सर.
Yes.
तो
See,
इसीलिए इसी पर उनको कन्फाइन करने के लिए कहिए सर.
yes,
और ये
I-
इतने सीनियर हैं सर, इतने सीनियर हम तो
Okay,
इनसे
okay.
सीखते हैं,
Carry
इसीलिए
on.
मुझे लगता है कि 216
बोलने दीजिए सर.
I will.
He wants his 1
See,
minute of
yes.
fame. Let him have it.
Yes, what he is making, Nishikant Dubeji, what he is making is to supplement and illustrate his case so as to make the original grants also. Absolutely, he is within the rule. There is no point of order.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are a wise man, sir, as I always felt. Sir, now the question is, you may ask that you have told about the failure of the economy, the present very bad state that the economy is. What is your formula? I have no ready-made formula, but it said that there may be demand-side interventions. Demand-side interventions is direct cash transfers and tax cuts to leave more money with consumers so that domestic consumption increases. From the beginning of the lockdown, economists like Abhijit Banerjee, the Nobel laureate, they have been saying that at least pay 10,000 rupees in the hands of the migrant labor.
Sagarajji-
Whose condition Adit described very well.
Sagarajji-
Not one single rupee. Sir, tell me.
1 second, there is one more speaker from your party, so please.
Let him speak, no problem. Let him speak, sir.
No, no,
The
please.
more the merrier.
No, from your party, one
Sir,
more speaker.
I'll wind up.
Yeah,
I am
please.
on the point of winding up. Sir, what is needed is that these demand-side economists say that government should allocate more funds for income transfer to schemes like MNREGA, speed the transfer of revenues owed by the centre to state governments and increase government spending on public infrastructure. Other proposals include the extension of the free food grain distribution system. So there are formulae available, but they are not realizing. The finance minister thought it fit to, at this time of corona, she announced selling of 6 airports. What has airports got to do with fighting corona or the economic mess?
Yes.
Their selling of public sector, as Adhir correctly said, it's selling of the family silver. And now they are not giving GST dues to the states, which amount to rupees 3 lakh crores. The centre, the finance minister says that the centre has no money, let the states borrow. Is this a responsible statement? And lastly, they are cutting out MPLATs. MPLATs, you know, is only 4,000 crores per year. But see, as far as the ministers are concerned, what sacrifice they are making, they are saying that we are cutting the sumptuary allowance of cabinet ministers from 2,000 to 1,400, and that is 600 rupees lessening. Whereas for the members, they are cutting 30,000 rupees. The ministers have the sumptuary allowance to treat and entertain guests.
Please.
And for that, sir, they are cutting only 600 rupees. This government does not believe in stringency, in any sort of austerity. The ministers will have their money, their salary constituency
conclude.
allowance will not be cut.
Now, please
Poor
conclude.
MPs will be told that go without your.
Thank you.
So that's why. Yes, you have to work and you have to entertain people. I understand. You are an entertainer, Babu. So I understand. So, sir, I end my speech saying that the finance minister should show a way out of the tunnel that we get in. She has to tell us whether there is light at the end of the tunnel. With these few words, sir, I thank you for allowing me time. And again, I press for my cut motions on the failure of the government to tackle
Thank
the
you.
problem of migrant
Shri P.
labours
Mithun Reddy ji.
and tackle COVID epidemic.